Hello and welcome to week 1 of the college football season here against Oklahoma State, led by quarterback Alan Bowman, a transfer from Michigan. Bowman brings pretty average ratings and could still take advantage of us if we don't bring our A game in the pass game. Where we will have to worry though is a pretty good set of running backs for Oklahoma State that are all rated pretty similarly, but they're going to be led by the Michigan State transfer Elijah Collins, who has been around for a while and can definitely take advantage if we don't bring our A game in the run defense. So that's going to be one of our big priorities, is making sure that Elijah Collins doesn't go off against us. And then at receiver, they have a really good set of solid dudes. There may not be a number one that's going to kill us, but obviously Stribling has got the best skill set there, and he's a Washington State transfer who can definitely make some moves in the open field along with Presley. So if we want to have success against the pass game today, it's going to start with really forcing them to get the ball out to some other guys and not letting those two big-time receivers, because you do see there is a drop-off after those two guys that we really need to focus on in terms of our pass defense. And then as we move over to receiver, they bring three pretty similarly talented guys, but the one that sticks out is Blaine Green, who I could see as being a seam buster and really attacking our defense over the middle of the field that we're going to need to keep our eyes on. And then at left tackle, they have an 88 overall, where he's going to be able to hopefully protect against Jared Verse for this Oklahoma State offense. And overall, I'm pretty impressed with what they're bringing to the table so far. And then you add on an 87 overall left guard. I think we're going to have to focus a lot of our attention to the right side if we want to try and get any kind of pass rush, because that combo is going to be pretty hard to beat, and it's going to be one of the better left tackle, left guard combos that we're going to see all season. But something I do like to see is that they do have a below 80 overall rated center, where the strength of our defensive line is in our defensive tackles, so I feel like we should be able to get a lot of penetration for the run game and being able to shut down anything Elijah Collins is doing, especially paired now with a right guard who's a 79 overall as well. So I can imagine a lot of our better players and better rushers are going to be trying to make their hay on that part of the line rather than even feeding into a really strong left side that we've seen so far from Oklahoma State. And then they pair up on the right tackle side with Dalton Cooper, who is an 86 overall, but that's not quite as good as what we had seen before. So I think the game plan going in is going to be trying to focus on this part of the offensive line and seeing if we can get that pressure. That's going to be big for us. And then on the defensive side, their best player is Colin Oliver at left end. We are going to have to keep Jordan Travis clean and not let Colin Oliver have a lot of clean runs. So it's going to be a big test for our offensive line, keeping him contained, but you have to do what you have to do. And then another very solid right end there at 86 overall is going to provide even bigger challenge, I think, in terms of if we're focusing our attention on Colin Oliver, then there's going to be a lot of free shots that we're going to have to keep them clean. And then it looks like in the middle of the defense with the defensive tackles that they're pretty well rated, but nothing that shouldn't be able to be handled by our interior that is better rated than theirs. So hopefully we can keep them clean as far as not letting those guys make any pressure and just focusing on the ends. And then at linebacker, they seem pretty solid here with a left end at an 83 overall and then a middle linebacker who's an 82 overall. That there's nothing here that's really scaring me, and I may come to regret those words, but so far I don't see anything that should really cause us a lot of strain and really any kind of problems as far as the linebackers are concerned. Especially too that they are starting a young 76 overall at right outside linebacker that maybe we can make a lot of hay in the middle of the field, and some of our offensive guys like Jaheim Bell and Winston Wright, who work more in those areas, can succeed. And then when you move to corner, they have pretty nice ratings, but nobody who's going to be able to shut us down. I think our guys like Johnny Wilson and Keon Coleman just have to show up and be stars and not let these guys take advantage of them, and we have to let our stars be stars and beat them. And then when you look at their safety, they have a 76 overall starting. This really looks like a good recipe for us to have our pass game show up and produce at a high level. So we'll see what they look like with that player there. And then it looks like their second best defensive player is going to be an 89 overall in that part of the safety. So we'll have to make sure we're keeping an eye on where he is at all times and make sure that we can make the necessary adjustments and try and attack them where they're weak on the other side of the field there and attack that free safety. And with that being said, we are ready for kickoff of week 1 with Oklahoma State versus Florida State here at Doak Campbell Stadium with Ryan Fitzgerald ready to kick off, and he kicks off into the left side of the end zone with Deshaun Stribling ready to return. Stribling takes the catch, goes up the field, goes all the way to the 22-yard line, and that's where Alan Bowman and company are going to start off their campaign of the 2023 season. Now the transfer has plenty of guys around him, and is he going to be able to find the right targets here early on? Bowman in the shotgun rolls back. Scans, tries to escape, and there is Patrick Payton, reigning ACC Rookie of the Year, who had 3.5 sacks last season, who is starting off his campaign on the right foot, already able to beat the tackle and get to the quarterback right away. And after the sack, that'll bring up 2nd and long here for Bowman. They're going to need to find some yardage to make this at least 3rd and manageable. Bowman takes the snap, scans the field, looks, and finds Bruce right there, getting close to the marker, but it'll still be 3rd and 1 for the offense, where they're going to line up now and see if they can go and push this through. Bowman in the short set here, halfback behind him, gets some motion, man goes, and here it goes, play action, and he finds Green almost down to the 50, and that's Blaine Green for 17 yards. 17 yards later, we are now 1st down for Bowman in the offense. They are moving here close to the Florida State 50. We got another motion across. Bowman takes the play action fake, and he finds another shot to Blaine Green. That is 2 catches in a row, and he is proving to be a problem for this Florida State defense. Let's see if they can make an adjustment here. Bowman in the shotgun again, still has Collins right behind him, and they're going to audible out. He'll take a couple steps back, and he's in the deep pocket. Going to look to try and make another play as they're marching in Florida State territory. Bowman looks and finds Collins, and the running back goes and is able to make his way up the field and get about 12 or 13 yards, and they are definitely in scoring range now. Florida State's going to need to buckle in. Here's Bowman now, still in the pistol set, fakes the play, looks, and that throw is way off the mark and doesn't even give his receiver a chance there. And Florida State's celebrating a moral victory there on 1st down, which will bring up 2nd and 10 now, and the pistol look again in the short set. Another audible, bringing the receiver over to the other side. We'll see what kind of look Bowman can get. He takes the drop back, and he finds his receiver. No! It is broken up there by the veteran safety, Akeem Dent. This will now bring up 3rd and long. Where is Bowman going to be able to find his yardage here? He's looked a lot in the middle of the field on play action, but on 3rd down, he pulls back, he looks, he scans, and he's brought down by Blake Nicholson, the true freshman from California who is a linebacker but was lined up as a down backer there, was able to find his way, fought off the tackle, and is eventually able to bring down Bowman and bring up a very difficult field goal try. And it's going to be about a 49-yarder here, and Oklahoma State's kicker is prepared, waiting for the snap here, and the kick is up. It looks like it'll be center cut, and it'll be a 3-0 lead for Oklahoma State to start the game. And now for the first offensive snap. Jordan Travis gets in the pistol look here with a lot of spread receivers, puts his halfback in motion, looks around, and he's already going to scramble up the middle before taking a big hit, all ready for a 2nd and 7. Now, this Florida State offense was very potent last year. Are they going to be able to have the same kind of effect this year? And on their next play, here comes Trey Benson up the middle, and he'll find those 8 yards to get them to a 1st down. So, very important to not go 3 and out early after Oklahoma State has already scored. In a split backfield set, Travis looks and finds the big 6'7" receiver in Johnny Wilson for 8 yards, and he is one of their big-time guys, and they need to get him the ball early, so good look here on this first drive for them, which brings up a 2nd and 2, very favorable. Maybe Florida State takes a shot here. In the snap, Travis is already on the move again, looking to try to get towards the marker. Is he going to be there? And they are going to give him the marker. So that is 1st and 10 for the Seminoles now, approaching midfield just like the Cowboys did. And he finds the freshman, Hakeem Williams, on a nice tunnel screen to get to 2nd and 1. Already on this drive, they've done a good job of picking up yardage on 1st down and making for short and favorables here. Next snap, finds the running back, and Trey Benson will go and fight up the middle, and he's done a great job in between the tackles and just picking up those hard-earned yards right now. Back in the pistol set with Toafili in the backfield, and Travis will give it to him, and he looks for some room in the middle, and he is stopped for no gain. So this Florida State offense takes a no gain there and is going to have to try and find some offense in different spots. Still in the pistol, Travis gets the ball, fakes to Toafili, rolls out and rolls, and it looks like he will only be able to get a few, maybe even only 1 yard. Wow, so it's 3rd and 9, big snap here for the Florida State offense in kind of no man's land. He looks back, is able to find Keon Coleman, the Michigan State transfer there, for a big gain and to get them back into first down yardage. This offense is now threatening definitely in field goal range. And looks, and there he is, he's wide open. There is Keon Coleman inside the 5-yard line. That Michigan State transfer is already paying dividends. Quickly up to the line before Trey Benson gets close down to the 1-yard line for second and goal. The offense is hurrying, trying to keep the pace. You can tell that they feel like they have an opportunity with this look. Benson has done a great job in between the tackles. Probably want to keep trying to feed him. Takes a second. Ready for the snap. Here comes Travis. Off to Benson, and he is going to get stopped for probably a loss of 1 or 2 here, so it'll be an even more difficult third down. And the offense is coming out in a 5-wide formation. Going to look for a matchup here. Travis gets it. Here's the quick throw to Winston Wright for the touchdown. Winston Wright, the West Virginia transfer, who actually did not play at all last year, even though he transferred in after a horrific accident, rehabbed the entire year, and is now back. And on his first catch as a Florida State Seminole, he catches the first touchdown of the season and gives this Florida State crowd a reason to get up and going, and they respond to that Oklahoma State field goal with a touchdown of their own. And Ryan Fitzgerald goes and puts the finishing touches on a 7-point play for the Florida State Seminoles as they're up 7-3. And after a touchback, the Oklahoma State offense is back on the field. Bowman is going to go with 4 wide receivers, Elijah Collins in the backfield, who is now going to go in motion as he gets the snap and he takes a look, and he's going to make a throw out to Collins there, who does break a tackle and is able to get this down to about a 2nd and 2 for this Oklahoma State offense, who's going to try and stay on schedule and see if they can finish this drive. He's staying in the shotgun, trying to stay in this traditional look. Hands it off there to Elijah Collins, who fights, and he's going to be able to find about 4 yards there on 2nd and 2, and this Oklahoma State offense is moving again. So both defenses have made plays, but have not been able to truly stifle anybody. Here in the pistol, Bowman goes back. He's going to take a look, and he's able to find the receiver, and that's Arlen Bruce up there in the middle of the field, and he gets this to a 2nd and short, which is where both offenses have lived lately. Bowman again in the shotgun. It's going to make a change, and they're going to go back into this pistol look, which is what they've been alternating between, and he's looking for the snap. He's going to find it here, and he's going to be able to find his receiver, and that is Arlen Bruce again for a first down. So this Oklahoma State offense has had a variety of guys step up and have proved to be a challenge. So another pistol look here for them, and they're able to get the handoff here, and Elijah Collins is brought down by Patrick Payton, who makes his impact felt again with another TFL. And here's Bowman on 2nd and long for this offense in a place they haven't been lately. He takes the snap again, and he's going to feel some pressure. And here's Braden Fisk, the Western Michigan transfer. He'll get his first sack as a Seminole, and these new stars for the Seminoles are showing up. It is 3rd and long, and they're going to need a big play here, and they want to get off the field and get that first punt of the season underway. He'll take the snap. He's looking, trying to scan, and he's going to throw it short of the sticks anyways, and they're able to break it up, and that's going to bring up 4th and 12 now for Oklahoma State as they're going to be forced to punt. Punter waiting for the snap on a 4th and 22 play. Can't be really expecting much at this point. He'll take the snap, and he gets it off to Winston Wright, that West Virginia transfer, and he takes his first punt return. He moves to the right before making a cut, and he is heading up, getting close, and he will get out at about the 50-yard line. So Winston Wright is going to set up this Florida State offense for their next move. Travis looking for the second drive to be just as productive as the first, and with the snap, he looks and finds Jaheim Bell, the South Carolina transfer and do-it-all man, for that big play on first down. Already approaching field goal range here on first down for the Seminoles. Trey Benson looking kind of moved to the outside of the tackles before he is stopped for a loss, it looks like, and that is actually going to bring us to the end of the first quarter as it is 7-3. 2nd down and 10 for Florida State after the quarter break. Here comes Travis. He's looking, trying to find, and he is able to find the big receiver in Johnny Wilson for 4 yards. So nothing explosive as of yet for one of the biggest receivers in yards per catch, but he'll just take another second catch there. Waiting on the snap is Travis, lined up in another short shotgun look, trying to find his matchup, looks back before he's going to move a little, and then hits Keziah Holmes, the 4th string running back, who will find a snap over the middle of the field for a first down. Under center for Travis, an untraditional look, but let's see if they're able to find the matchup that they're looking for here. He's able to get the ball off, and Benson just kind of runs into the wall, and they are finding nothing going really well there, but Got to keep feeding your best guys. And a nice play gets them down to 1st and goal for the Florida State offense. Looking here is Travis. He's able to find Keon Coleman on another one of those tunnel screens, and it's not a hugely explosive play, but it does get them a few yards closer to pay dirt there, and it's going to bring up 2nd and goal for the Seminoles with Rodney Hill in the backfield. Travis on the snap. Here comes Hill, and he finds the middle of the field for a touchdown. And they're looking at a 14-3 lead right off the bat here. And Florida State is 2 for 2 on drives going for touchdowns in this early season, and you know you have to love that. And then Ryan Fitzgerald finishes things off and makes this a 14-3 game officially. And his ensuing kickoff is now underway, and it looks like it's going to be too deep for Oklahoma State to return, so they're going to take the field and down 14-3 and needing to find some answers. So here's what Bowman's looking like. They're going to stay in one of their traditional pistol looks here, seeing if they can find some room. They found yardage, but here's Elijah Collins, and he's going to bust one up the middle of the field, and that's going to be a over 20-yard run for Elijah Collins, and that is the best play by the offense so far. Then as they are near the midfield in the shotgun look, Bowman is able to find Collins again, and this time he is able to drag a little more, and that is another 11, 12 yards for Elijah Collins, so there may be a new formula here. It looks like they may have found something in their little break. Back in the pistol look for Bowman. Bowman takes a snap, and he's able to hand it off, and there's another lane, and this Oklahoma State rushing offense is now looking pretty potent, as that was DeAndre Jackson. Another pistol look. Florida State going to need to step up at this part of the field. They're kind of bending at this point, and there's Elijah Collins, and he is able to find 6 more yards. So just running straight down the field and down Florida State's throat at this point. Another pistol look. Man in motion for Oklahoma State on the snap. And here comes DeAndre Jackson, and he is not going to find as much room, but he does get a little bit closer and makes this a 3rd and 2 now for this Oklahoma State offense. Looking to convert for the first time on 3rd down on the drive. Split backfield for Oklahoma State. There's a look, the play action, trying to find his man, and a lob, and that finds nobody. That was just a bad throw for Bowman, and that's disappointing that they're going to go for a field goal here now after a really productive drive on the ground. And here comes the snap, and the kick is good for Oklahoma State, and they are 2 for 2 on field goals, while Florida State is 2 for 2 on touchdowns, which not the ratio you're exactly looking for. Here's Winston Wright on the return, and he's going to get to move up the field, and he's going to get pretty close to the 30-yard line now, and has been pretty good in the run game. So now, Travis is going to take another look. He comes back. He's looking to fire, throws, and that is almost picked off, and they are going to get away with one there as he tried to find a wheel route. They can reset now on a 2nd and 10 shotgun snap, see what they can find. In the fake, here comes Travis, and he gets up the field and takes about half that yardage back, and it's now 3rd and 5 for Florida State on this one. Big play here. They can really put some distance between them and the Cowboys if they can cash in on this drive. Here goes Travis, and he looks to find it, and there's Destin Hill, the true freshman. So all of these newcomers making big plays for Florida State so far, and you have to love the looks that they've been getting here. So right over midfield, and now on 1st and 10, Florida State is in the good part of the field. They really need to keep converting, and here comes Benson, the big back, and he'll find one of his more productive runs for 10 yards there. New set of downs for Florida State. A lot of different looks that they've been giving Oklahoma State. Let's see if they can keep confusing them with something here. Here comes a play-action pass. Here comes Travis. He looks and finds that's Jaheim Bell. And Jaheim Bell barrels his way all the way to the end zone. And that is another newcomer touchdown. Touchdown Florida State. Looking for the extra point from Fitzgerald. He puts it through, and it is 21-6. Now Bowman brings the Oklahoma State out, down 21-6. Can they find some success again after they had a really nice drive, but only were able to put up 3? On the snap, here comes Collins. He's able to work towards the middle of the field before he is stopped for a nice game, but that's going to bring up 2nd and 7 on a very pressure-filled drive, I feel like, for Oklahoma State. Back to the pistol that served them well. Here comes Collins. He works through, and there's another, what is that going to be, about 15 more yards? And that's pretty impressive for Oklahoma State so far. They have found all of the success, and they need to keep on feeding Elijah Collins if they want to come down the field. Pistol look, takes the snap, looks to his right, and is able to find DeJon Stribling, who was incredibly productive for Washington State and led them in all the receiving categories last year. Bowman back in the shotgun, is able to look, looks and finds, takes his time, and finds another great play there for Brennan Presley. and the Presley catch will bring them to 3rd and 6. Really need a conversion here. Halftime coming soon. Pistol look for Bowman. He's able to get the snap, play action, looking for a quick find, and he is able to find that tight end, Blaine Green, as he keeps rumbling. He's stumbling. He's getting all the way down to the 10-yard line, and that is going to bring up a long 1st and goal for Oklahoma State now. They need to convert, looking for the big play. Bray in the pistol, ready for the snap. He's able to look, and he looks over the middle of the field. Here's Bray, and Bray is going to be in there for a touchdown for his first catch of the season. And here comes the extra point for Oklahoma State, and they make this a 21-13 game. Now with less than 3 minutes to go, can Florida State make this 4 for 4 on touchdown drives? Let's see what they have. Here's the snap, and here comes Benson, and he's able to find some pay dirt. And he will get 15 yards right off the bat, and this Florida State offense is moving again. And I'm really surprised we have not seen a more potent pass rush from Oklahoma State, as they have gotten nothing on Travis. Here's the snap, able to get the screen pass out, and here's Toafili working. And he'll get some yardage there, and he'll make this a second manageable for Crew. So they're not really worried about time. They've already made significant progress towards midfield for Florida State. He'll take the snap. Here he is, looking around, trying to throw, and he throws it away. So that's the first time we've really seen Travis getting disturbed in the pocket. A lot of his runs have been a little more organized. That was the first real pressure. They'll now see 3rd down. Travis making some adjustments. Let's see where he can find here. He takes the snap, fires, and he's picked off. Here is Epps on the return, and he will take this over the 50-yard line and close to the 45. And Oklahoma State is now threatening here right before halftime. Bowman now trying to take advantage of the one mistake for Jordan Travis. He fires back, and he hits the play, and it's broken up. So great response there by Florida State. They stop some of the momentum. The second pass breakup for Akeem Dent comes up huge, and that leads to a 2nd and 10 now for Oklahoma State. Here they are in the shotgun, takes the snap, fires back. They're able to find DeJon Stribling, and he is going to be short of 1st down yardage, and it is 3rd and 1 now for Oklahoma State, looking to see if they can get this score before halftime and potentially tie this up. This is 3rd down for Bowman. He looks and finds Arlen Bruce, who has a nice handful of catches that have all been drive extenders and big for keeping this Oklahoma State offense on target here. He'll now stay in the shotgun, looking to make a play. He's in the pocket, scanning the field before he's having to run his way out of pressure, and that was Jared Verse, the future 1st-round pick. But still it results in an incomplete pass, and they live to fight another day here as they try to push towards a tying score. Bowman in the shotgun here again. Drifting back, looking, settling in nicely, and he's able to find, who is that, Bray? Bray again, who had the touchdown earlier, is able to go and get some nice 1st down yardage. This offense has not been the prettiest of times, but it has been effective, and you have to give Oklahoma State credit for being able to make those plays. Here's Bowman again, and he's finding Blaine Green, who has lived in the middle of the field and has really eaten up Florida State. 1st down and goal near the goal line. Here's Bowman, searching around, moves in the pocket, fires through the end zone to nobody in particular, but that is still not a negative play, and it'll still keep them on target in the full house look on 2nd and goal. Bowman and company ready to move. Here's the snap to Jackson. Jackson moving towards the end zone, runs a man over, but he is stopped short. And Oklahoma State is hurrying to the line. They don't really need to be in a hurry. It's already 3rd down. No reason to preserve time here. They try and make an adjustment. Bowman now seems to not be in as much of a hurry. He's making a few adjustments. The Florida State defense is still receiving instructions. They got their hands on their knees. They are clearly dying for a stop. They need to make one more stop here and get off the field. It is a do-or-die play on 3rd down as we're under 10 on the play clock. Bowman's still waiting on the snap, ready for it at any moment here. Here comes Bowman, ready for the snap. Here it is. Looks to the other side of the field, and there's Ollie Gordon for a touchdown, and they are now a 2-point conversion away from tying this game. This Oklahoma State offense has, like I mentioned, not been very pretty, but they have gotten the job done, and that's what they need to do here to go and tie this game going into halftime. Here's Bowman looking around, is able to find a man short, and Blaine Green cannot find the end zone, and that leads us to a 21-19 halftime, where both teams definitely could have made some plays, but overall I think that we can say that this has been a hard-fought game for both teams overall, and I think both will take that 21-19, especially early on in the season, and we'll have to see how both teams respond after the half. And before we get to that third quarter, the next video on this channel is going to be a week 1 recap that is going to show you gameplay footage from all of these games and the scores from some other ones and get us caught up on what the national news is and give us a little bit of a preview before we face off against Alabama in week 2. So with that being said, let's find out. Is Florida State going to be a 1-0 team when they face Alabama or an 0-1 team? And Florida State comes into the second half after an interception on the last drive. Travis got to prove himself. Here's Rodney Hill will get the first carry, and he'll get 3 yards on a nice look, but keeps them on schedule for 2nd and 7. Travis takes the snap. He's looking to find, and there it is. Somebody's open. It's Kyle Morlock, who wakes his way all the way down the sidelines, and it doesn't look like it. No, he will not beat that last defender, but he is out at the 30-yard line. Florida State already in business, looking to get a score back here that they lost at the end of the half. 5 wide. Travis looks, doesn't find anything. Kind of slowly maneuvering here, gets his block, and he's able to find that sideline, and they're already to the 10-yard line. And this place is popping again. Florida State looking for something here. Here's Benson. Benson's in the middle of the field. Is he able to get to the end zone? No. He will get stopped 2 yards short as he rumbles to that point. You have to keep feeding Benson when you're this close to the end zone. Florida State has to be making that play. Here's Benson, and he rumbles in, and that is another score and a 28-19 lead for the Seminoles. Now Oklahoma State comes onto their drive. Down 2 scores again, but their offense has been clicking very nicely. Bowman goes back, looking for something nice, and here's Jerrion Jones, and he drops an interception. He hit that route and just could not convert. So this leaves 2nd and long. Oklahoma State cannot afford a turnover here at this point in the game. Bowman finds a nice DeJon Stribling, the former Washington State receiver, with a catch over the middle. He hasn't been that effective early on in this game, but we'll see if he has a bigger role in the second half. Bowman now in his pistol look with the halfback out. He's in the pocket, scanning the field, and he hits Brennan Presley for a first down, and they're over midfield again. Both offenses have been very methodical, not a ton of explosive plays, but have just been making the right play. Very impressive. Bowman now in the shotgun. He's able to get there, and he doesn't take it. Oh my gosh, he's taking it up the middle of the field, and he is going to find almost, 17 yards on the read option play? Man, that is not one that Florida State had scouted, you can tell. Back here in the pistol, Bowman just continuing to knock on the door, and here's DeAndre Jackson, and he has stood up in the middle of the field after 3 yards. And he's down after a little bit of time, and he'll come off the field. 2nd down for Oklahoma State. Here's the snap. Here's Elijah Collins moving up the field, and he will get a few yards, and they really need to keep going to him if they want to keep the offense moving. That was the best part of their first half offense, was when Elijah Collins was moving. Here's 3rd and 5 for Bowman in the shotgun. He's waiting on the snap, scanning the field for somebody to get open, looking, but here's Verse. Jared Verse, the future first-round pick, gets his first sack of the season, and now a long field goal for Oklahoma State. They need this to cut this to a 1-score game. A lot of pressure on. Kick is up. Does it have enough distance? And it is good. You cannot overstate how big of a move that is to keep this at a 1-score game now. 28-22, Florida State. A big drive coming up for the Seminoles now. They need to keep the pressure on. How are they going to be able to manufacture some offense here? Travis takes this fake inside, looks over the middle of the field, Keon Coleman, and he gets his hands on it but cannot bring it down, so we are looking at 2nd and 10 for the Noles. Trey Benson, who's been a workhorse in the backfield, gets the carry, and he is met early on, and Oklahoma State has already faced a 3rd down, and you can tell that their confidence is growing. How is Florida State going to have an answer here? They're going to have 3 wideouts here, a tight end and a running back. In the shotgun for Travis, takes the snap. He's going to move around. Look, there doesn't seem to be a running lane, and he fires into traffic, and it is batted away by their star safety, Corey Black, and that is going to force the first punt for Florida State, and that is not what they were looking for in that drive, and now the pressure has firmly shifted to their defense here to have to make a play now in this circumstance. And now with the punt, there's the fair catch, and it looks like Azarie Thomas, the true sophomore, has interfered with the kick return. And now that is going to lead to another 15 yards, and Florida State is now in true danger of giving Oklahoma State great field position and a chance to take this lead. Already starting at about the 40-yard line, Bowman is in the pistol. Looks and finds the halfback Collins, and here's Elijah Collins trying to find his way up the field. works to the outside, and he's going to get about 6 yards, and it's 2nd and 4 for Oklahoma State now on this drive. He's in the pistol set. He's able to find Collins again, and he's going to get driven down only after a couple yards there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and short where Florida State has not been good, but they got to make a play at some point, you would figure. And here's Gordon, who caught a touchdown earlier, and he finds a lane for 10 more yards. And Oklahoma State in that run game has been effective. They just haven't stayed with it enough. Here's Bowman again. He's looking in the shotgun. He's got a split back here. He's going to scan. He's got a guy over the middle. That's nice. And there's Blaine Green, who's going to pick up 8 or 9 of those yards, and it is a 2nd and 1 right off the rip here. Oklahoma State looking for their first lead since the first quarter here in the pistol set with some motion. Bowman trying to find his matchup. He's scanning. He's going to come over the middle of the field, and here's Fentrell Cypress, the Virginia transfer, picks it off and gives back momentum to the Florida State offense, and Jordan Travis is back out and ready to move. Screen pass to Destin Hill, and Destin Hill is moving up the field, and this is huge for them as they get past the 50, and now momentum has completely shifted, and Doak Campbell Stadium is ready and rocking. Here's Trey Benson. Trey Benson finds an area up the field. He finds a lane, and he can't quite make it to the outside before he gets stopped after 10 yards. But this offense is back and moving. They need to push this back up to a 2-score game. The defense has done their job. The offense can do a little more here. Here's the fake. Travis running out, trying to find somebody open. Here he is, looking. He's going to run to the outside, and he'll get about 7 yards there. And not too bad. They're staying on schedule. 2nd and 3 for Florida State. He's got another guy in the backfield. He gives it to him, and here's Toafili, who will work his way up the middle of the field, and they've done a nice job rotating the backs and staying balanced, trying to find that matchup, trying to find that big play. Travis keeps leaning. He throws, and it's, deflected there, and that was a decent look and one you want to put up to your receiver, but, they were staying nice with the run game, and I'm kind of surprised that they're still trying to throw into these looks. Takes the fake. Here's Travis. He's getting run down, and he is sacked by Jordan Travis, and now they are facing 3rd and long, but you do not want to run out of field goal range here. That's what's going to keep it a 2-score game. In the shotgun, here's Travis. He quickly finds Toafili up the middle of the field, and that's going to keep it at a 4th down, but they can hopefully make this a 2-score game again. Here's Ryan Fitzgerald with the kick, and that is looking nice and good for a 31-22 game. Bowman back out. Back and forth these two teams going. Oklahoma State just has not been able to push through. Man in motion for him in the pistol set. Bowman hands it off to Collins. He makes another move, and he gets stopped short there. So Jerrion Jones made a nice play and coming up on the running back. Got to force Bowman to throw. There's another motion man. Here comes Bowman. Looking to the middle. Finds another one, and there's Bray. There have been so many different guys for Oklahoma State that they have spread it out to those 3 or 4 guys, and they have killed them in the middle of the field. And if they just stick with that plan, they could be very effective. But here we are. They're going to audible, look for a different look. Staying pistol, though. Can Bowman make a play here? Finds him back. Looking, and that's a very dangerous throw right in front of a DB who did not make a play, but your running back is able to keep moving you up the field. Alan Bowman's still playing decently, but you gotta wonder what he's thinking right now. There he goes. And here's Ollie Gordon, who's been looking nice, and they should probably be getting him some more carries. He's looked much more explosive than some of their other guys, but that will bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. And now bring on a 4th quarter in a 31-22 game. Here we are with that full house look that they audible out of, which they've done a few times and just haven't committed. Bowman now looking back. 1st down. Throws. DeJon Stribling. They gotta get him the ball more. He's the best route runner on this team, and they just have not found a way to get him the football. Bowman's still operating out of the shot. He has had that one mistake, but for the most part, played well. Looking back, he's able to find again Arlen Bruce. And Florida State, they got the 1 turnover, but the defense has looked very leaky, and you don't know if this is week 1 troubles or just an overall trouble. Here's Bowman back again, looking, firing, and hits a receiver when he had plenty of running room. And I guess Ollie Gordon has got the hot hand, but you got to get that on your own there. He's going to get the ball off here, and Elijah Collins is stopped short, and he goes down for a couple-yard loss. We are at a 3rd and 12, big play for Oklahoma State. Probably in field goal range still, but you still kind of want a touchdown down 2 scores. Bowman looking, finds it over the middle, and he is going to be stopped. Is that short? Yeah, they're going to mark him short. 4th and inches. Here's the offense in the pistol. What is Bowman going to do? Does Bowman have a play? He's going to hand it off, and they hand it to Collins, and he will have about 4 yards there. So, not a big enough play for that defense. Florida State has got to have something else in the book. They've relied a lot on the offense. Here's Bowman. Fires over the middle, and he drops it. Oh my gosh, that is awful for Bowman with a very nice throw. Now he's back for 2nd down. He's going to flip his guys over, going to send a man in motion. Looking to the right side again, nothing to the right, but he's going to try and force it, and he does get it there to Brennan Presley, who has made tough catch after tough catch. Not a lot of separation in his game, but he's made the tough catches over the middle, so got to give him credit. They're down deep into the red zone here in the 4th quarter. Fakes the handoff on the read option. Here's Bowman. He's going to keep rumbling, and they stop him short with a big hit, as he didn't seem to have a lot of awareness, but he did what he could. He's got them down to the 1-yard line. And here's the handoff, and here's Collins, who has had a really nice game, and I think has earned that. And now this game, after the extra point, is 31-29. Travis in the backfield. He fakes the handoff, and he dashes out. He's looking for room, and he slides down 1 yard short for a 2nd and 1. They can really put this game away if they play their cards right. Another run here for Benson. He picks it up. It's 1st down. Florida State. They are running a lot of clock, and they're going to try and stay on the ground, you can imagine. Here's the read option look, and they read it well, but Travis is able to escape and get all the way down for another 9 yards, and I'm really impressed with the scrambling ability and the decisions that he's made. They're here in 2nd and short. There he could go for another running back for another 1st down out of Toafili. They have kept the running back carries balanced, but still relying on their horses here. Another good carry. Here comes Benson with a head of steam, and he will take it for 6 more yards. Pounding away. Time on the clock is of the essence. This looks like a very dangerous situation now for Oklahoma State if they can't make a play. Florida State looks out, and there's a screen pass to Johnny Wilson, who... That's a very dangerous play to not run the ball, but, you know, on a short screen like that, they trusted their seniors and playmakers, and it keeps moving the chains. Here comes Benson. Benson drives at the middle of the field, and another 1st down for Florida State. Right under 3 minutes to go. Can Florida State milk away the clock and not even have to give the ball back? Let's find out with the snap. Here's Rodney Hill, and he's right up the middle, and he's able to get right to 10 yards. So that actually means Florida State will have to try and score. They are not going to be able to burn away the rest of the clock on a 1st and goal here with over 2 minutes to go. Here he comes. Here's Travis. He fires and binds Keon Coleman. That is a touchdown. Another newcomer. Another touchdown. Florida State is now in position to go up 38-29 and put Oklahoma State in a spot where they are going to need to score twice with about 2 minutes to go in order to win this game. Now Bowman. He's looked pretty good, all things considered, even with that interception, but they've got to work quicker here in this scenario. Split backfield for him with a snap. He's looking back. He fires over the middle, and that pass is broken up, and they're going to need not a lot of stops in this drive. They're going to need to move the ball quickly and efficiently, but they're not on the path to do that now. There's Bowman on the next snap, and he's running. He's trying to escape, and he gets thrown down, and that is just not a good use of time. 3rd down for Bowman. He looks, he fires, and they're able to find DeJon Stribling there, who just has not been involved enough. And I know I've said it a lot, but it's true. They just have not gotten him in the game plan enough for the guy who's the most talented receiver on the team. They hurry to the line. Here's the split backfield. Bowman looks again. He's trying to find. He finds a guy over the middle that pass is batted away. Florida State finally making some plays on this drive where they've attacked the middle of the field. Bowman in the back. He finds a guy. He'll find Bray. Bray is going up, and he's about 15 yards closer. And they're over midfield, but still not working quickly enough for a team that does need 2 scores if they want to win or tie this game and get it to go any longer. Trying to get the quick snap off here. Bowman getting his guys set. He's firing back, looking, trying to find somebody open, and he finds Blaine Green. But they are short by a yard, and they're going to have to hurry up to the line again. Florida State has tried to send a lot of pressure at him, but has not been able to get home, and they've been making some good plays on the ball, though. Here's some guys up the middle, and he's taken down. And quickly, though, they have to get him off the field, and Garrett Rangel is in the game. Alan Bowman looks to have been shaken up on the play, and Garrett Rangel is sitting back. He fires, and he's able to find Blaine Green, who is, as again, lived in that same exact spot the entire game. And they are continuing to push tempo, but time is running out with a backup quarterback now. The circumstances are not looking good. Rangel looking for the snap now. He has it. He's in the back. He fires, and he's able to find Brennan Presley, who can't find first down yardage, and they'll have to keep on hurrying, keeping up the tempo, which has to be tough with a backup quarterback. Second and very short here. He's looking, he's scanning, trying to find not too much, but he's taken down, and he looks like he's a little shaken up, but he's got to get up, and he's moving. Even with the timeout, they're going. They're looking fake, and then he's taking another hit. Garrett Rangel has not been in the game long, but he is taking hit after hit right now, and Alan Bowman had to leave the game, and he's kind of in a bad spot that he's got to do this in some awful service. They find Blaine Green over the middle. Have you heard that one before? He has abused Florida State and has kept things going there. Garrett Rangel now continues to keep the offense moving at a nice pace. They've got to make a big play here. You got to think they're moving to the end zone at some point here. He gets the snap. He's looking, and he's going to look and find Blaine Green in the middle of the field, and it keeps on happening. What is going on, Florida State? They're pushing to the line again. This defense is gassed. Can Rangel find a matchup here? He's got to make a throw to the end zone. They are running out of time. He's sitting back in the pocket. He's on the move. He's going to fire to the end zone, and here's Azareye'h Thomas with the pick, which only seems fitting for the person who made the boneheaded play on the punt-catch interference play that really seemed to turn momentum before the Fentrell Cypress interception. We thought that could be a big play in the game, but he comes up with the play here. Florida State kneels it out, and they're going to go to 1-0 on this very early season in a game that we knew was going to provide us with a challenge, but a team that we should beat just based on talent, and we got some nice performances. There was the one bad throw from Travis, but it wasn't his most explosive game, but it was a game that I think we can look back on and say that was just a very professional effort. He went in and gave us a chance to win, and I would agree with him being the player of the game, but one other player that I want to point out, and he didn't have any kind of big statistical performance outside of his interception, but the play that Fentrell Cypress made at the point in the game was absolutely massive. It was after that catch interference that Azareye'h Thomas had that I'm going to continue to pound on him probably for the rest of his career at Florida State. But they were moving down the field. They were in a position to go and take their first lead since the first quarter. And then they were driving too. It wasn't like it was the first play after the interference call. It was a play where they were driving, they were feeling good. And how many times am I going to say Blaine Green over the middle? But this was a play where he had the outside receiver, he followed him in, and he cut off that play and just made a play over the middle that was absolutely huge that we could not have drawn up any better. And that's why you get a number one safety like that in the transfer portal. And Fentrell Cypress really has probably endeared himself to the fans with that game. And if you look at the Travis stat line here, there's nothing impressive that we're looking at, but, it is 3 touchdowns, and I really want to focus on is the lack of sacks that we gave up in this game. It was only the one there. Is pretty telling, though, our offensive line holding up against a really good pass rusher in Colin Oliver, and I don't know if I love the running performance here. I don't want to run as much with Travis just for the injury risk, but we need to get some more carries to Benson, give him some more opportunities to get out there. He's such a skillful runner that it feels kind of like we're hampering him by not getting him more carries, and he kind of has to ramp up like that with how powerful he is. And then on the receiving side, we have to find more opportunities to throw, and the point of emphasis here is the Johnny Wilson game. That's just not a stat line for a guy who's as highly rated as him, and I take a lot of responsibility on the play calling side for not getting him more opportunities on that side of things, and it's nice to see, and not to harp on Jaheim Bell there, but he was the one who gave up the 1 sack. We can live with that as our tight end, who's not a blocking tight end by any means, being the only person to give up a sack. And I already mentioned the performance that Fentrell Cypress had, but on the defensive side, we had a lot of tackles, but that's because we had a lot of guys make catches in front of us and having to tackle. So I'm hoping to see a little more of a defensive standout. We had some guys get good pass rushes. We saw what Patrick Payton did, and Jared Verse got in the action, Braden Fisk, and Blake Nicholson as a true freshman. Didn't get on the field a ton, but there was one package where he is a down lineman, and I kind of let him be an athlete, and he got there, so maybe he'll have some more opportunities there, but I think this was kind of a learning lesson for us on what the defense needs to do if they want to step up and make plays, and we're going to have that challenge come to us very quickly in Alabama in week 2. You would have to imagine that whether it's through their run game or their pass game, they're going to be a little more efficient than Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is starting a quarterback who is pretty average by all accounts, and I don't want to underplay kind of what we faced today, but it's a team that we were significantly better than on the ratings front. And Alabama is going to be better than us. So if we want to come out of this 2-0 and start SEC play on the right side, we're going to have to play better. Our defense, whether that's creating more turnovers if we're going to give up that much yardage, or creating 3-and-outs, we're going to have to do that as well. So that's really what I'm going to be looking forward to most, is our defense versus their offense. Because I think our offense has some points in it, but it's also going to face a bigger challenge of its own. So a lot of things for us to keep in mind as we go towards that. So, as I mentioned before, we are not going to have the Alabama video next. It's going to be a recap of Week 1's action. And here's a reminder of what games you're going to be seeing some footage from during that game. I've already recorded those games, and there are some doozies in there. A lot of big-time players having to make big-time plays that help their teams escape, or not escape in some circumstances. So definitely tune in for that. And then after that video, we are going to have Week 2 against Alabama at Alabama, which should be nothing short of a classic, I would figure, in our first SEC game. So thanks again for staying on this journey with us, and let's give it up for those 1-0 Noles.